Mammoth Mountain, California, and the Swatch World Mountain Bike Championships. David Stanfield with Scott Freitop, and we have got incredible competition.
All the top riders are flying down the hill, speeds of 55 miles an hour, 18-speed mountain bikes. They're head down, top gear, pedaling as fast as they can go.
The course is 4.2 miles long. It drops over 2,000 vertical feet. We're going to the top in the gondola right now, like everybody else. They get to the top by way of the gondola. It's over 11,000 feet up there, rarefied air with rarefied nuts.
We've got them all out here ready to battle the big Kamikaze Hill.
Hi, I'm Charlie Litsky, and some of the top riders to look for today include Team Mongoose's John Tomac from Chatsworth, California. From Vail, Colorado, Team Fisher's Mike Closure, a very good downhiller. Stompin' Stu Thompson from Riverside, California, a former BMXer, now doing it on a mountain bike. Jammin' Jimmy Deaton from Roseville, California, Team Raleigh, very fast. In the women's category, Sarah Ballantyne, Team Fisher from Boulder, Colorado. And one of the fastest downhillers in the women's pro division, Cindy Whitehead, Team Specialized from Palm Springs, California. The Swatch World Mountain Bike Championships brought you. Let's have a look at the course that the riders will be descending on today. The start at 11,000 feet at the very summit of Mammoth Mountain. It'll be going down 2,100 feet. 4.2 miles is the length of the course, and the riders will be leaving every 30 seconds from the starting ramp. Like to be a real kamikaze? Well, hold on to your seats as we ride the GT Kamikaze Cam down the Kamikaze course. Coming out of the starting gate, picking up speed very quickly, loose sand slows you up and throws you from side to side right out of the start. A beautiful view is to be had, but there's no time to glance because off to the left is a drop of 11,000 feet. High up on the mountain at the climax ski run, there are really no smooth lines, washboards, loose dirt, and a lot of rocks throwing the rider from side to side. It's easy to go downhill, but remember, 11,000 feet pressing against your lungs, you're breathing hard without even pedaling. Most of the turns are flat, they're not banked or berms, so skill through the turns can save you precious seconds or cost you that 1 second between victory and defeat. On the Kamikaze run, most of the straightaways are 300, 400 yards long, where you can build up speeds of over 50 miles an hour. One of the most notorious turns early on in the course, right here, this right-hander, doesn't seem like much of a turn, but it's going to cause a lot of havoc throughout the day. Open areas allow you to look up ahead and see your competition and try to reel them in. If you're passing the people in front of you, you know you're having a better time than at least one other person. Going further down the hill, trees start coming into view as the moon landscape gives way. Watch the people. Throughout the course, spectators are trying to get pictures, hopefully not of you crashing. Flying down the hill, small rocks and pebbles become big jumps that can shoot you 10 or 20 feet. But you have to be careful because if you don't keep the air in your tires, you're not going to finish this Kamikaze run. slight bends in the road look pretty simple on a map, but trying to negotiate them at 35, 40 miles an hour isn't so easy. Every race course, from auto racing to road running, has the fastest line on the course, and the Kamikaze is no exception. Which is the smoothest line? Which will get me through the turn quicker? Are questions you ask yourself with split-second responses needed for the fastest time down the hill. You know you're getting closer to the finish as more spectators line the side of the course. 4.2 miles doesn't seem a long way to the convenience store, and going downhill ought to be a snap. But now you're breathing hard. 11,000 feet of air does not give you a lot of room to breathe comfortably. Averaging 35, 40 miles an hour through the flats right now. The people are cheering you on. You know you're getting closer to the finish, still with around 2 miles to go. Still no time to look at the beauty of the area. The shadows cast by the trees can actually deceive you. There are holes all throughout the course, and you may not see them with a shadow covering them up. Yes, this is a downhill, but there is one uphill section, only a half a mile from the finish. It's 300 yards long, but at this point your lungs are bursting, and right here, this is where you can lose a lot of time or break the guy in front of you and go to victory. At this point in the course, you go from the most difficult, hardest gear you have to the easiest, but your legs are begging you to have even one more easier gear to go to. But it's not there. You just pump it for all it's worth, and you're less than 600 yards away from the cheering finish line. Almost there now, almost there. 2 more major straightaways ahead. You get on top of the hill, and now this is it. If you got any energy left, any gas in the tank, you want to use it up right now. The dirt's hard packed, the speeds are fast for the end of this course. You can hear the people at the finish line cheering those in front of you that have finished, and now you only have 3 turns to go. Here's the main lodge, less than 300 yards away, and now 2 little jumps as you go by the blue fencing. Blasting through 4.2 miles, pushing your bike and body to the limit. Congratulations, you are now a true kamikaze. And this is what the skiers see the kamikaze run in their season. Stay tuned, we'll be back with more of the Norbach Chips. Brought to you by Vans, handcrafted in America, footwear and activewear. Mammoth Mountain, California, the site of the World Championships. Other events were the dual slalom, the uphill, the cross-country trials today, the kamikaze downhill. And we go up to the top of the summit to see the start of the men's pros. The I Did a Bike champion, Mike Closure, an event I Did a Bike 200 miles through Alaska. And Mike was the champion last year in that event. Stomp and Stu Thompson, a legend in BMX, the 1979 and 80 national champions, now a mountain bike racer. Jimmy Deaton, who likes to go in one direction, and that is downhill, and he is very good at it. Jim's Raleigh teammate is the defending champion and course record holder, Joe Sloop, who did 5 minutes and 38 seconds down the same course last year. Let's see if he can do it again this year. Joe Sloop, a downhill specialist. And Rishi Grewal, one of America's finest amateur road racers, making quite a name for himself on the mountain bike, racing for GT bicycles. And Johann Vaughn from Switzerland. It wouldn't be a world championship without international competition, and Johann is one of several members of the Swiss team here. One of the key elements of winning the kamikaze is going fast, but you also have to keep air in your tires. And we spoke to GT Bicycles' Toby Henderson on what it takes to win.
Yeah, it's really rough out there. I think the best thing to do to win this event is to stay out of the bumps and not get a flat and stay smooth and not use the brakes as much as possible. But where you have to brake is where all the bumps are at. So you got to get out of that line, but it's so usually the fastest line. That's why the bumps are there. So you got to play it really smart and keep your tires pumped up.
You gonna walk that course tomorrow morning?
No, I'm riding the gondola up. I've already done it 5 times this week, and that's enough up that mountain.
What is the average speed coming down? It's 2.4 miles, and it's
4.2 miles.
4.2, and it's about 2,000.
It's about a little over 2,000 elevation drop.
Yeah.
There's a couple 180-degree turns in it. We're doing it in about 5.5 minutes, so we're figuring an average speed of 50 miles an hour. Average speed, because so that means we'll be reaching speeds probably 70 because of the corners we have to stop pretty much and turn around and come back. So when you stop, to gain that speed up again, that's the reason why I think we're doing 70 in some places.
What is the hairiest part of this downhill course?
There's a one right-hand corner up there. When you come into it, you're going really fast, and there's nothing on the other side of it. And you got to make that right-hand corner, because if you miss, I don't know where it goes from there.
Okay, look into the camera and give us your face of what inside your helmet when you're coming to that corner. What does your face look like?
I don't know about Toby going 70 miles an hour, but his enthusiasm certainly at warp speed. And one of the fastest early turns of the course. Let's see how some of the top riders go through. Here's Jimmy Deaton of the Raleigh team. Look how steep this is as John Tomac, Team Mongoose, comes ripping down the hill. Some riders pedal, some go faster while coasting. So Jimmy Deaton go through without putting a foot down. Let's see how Johnny does. Downhill specialist Joe Sloop. Pretty clean turn as he goes off in pursuit of another fast kamikaze straightaway. Specializes Paul Thomasberg, one of the most aggressive racers on the mountain bike circuit. Looks like he's having a good early run, getting it sideways. John Tomac's Mongoose teammate, national number 3, Max Jones from Incline Village, Nevada. Max is one of the finest all-round racers in the country. Look how aggressive he was out of that turn. Darrell Price, one of my choices for the leading riders coming up in the sport, riding for Team Stump Jumper in '89. Greg Dress, a wild and crazy guy out of San Fernando Valley, Team Yeti. We'll be back with more of the World Mountain Bike Championships Kamikaze Downhill. This is Downhill, brought to you by GT Bicycles, defining the new breed. Now let's go the Whitehead Team Stump Jumper Specialized, leading the way. Team Fisher's Sarah Ballantyne at this point only a few seconds behind Cindy Whitehead at the first time checkpoints. At 11,000 feet, it gets pretty cold at the top of the mountain. Some of the riders go down in regular cycling shorts and t-shirts, other riders with the long jackets and tights. Team Raleigh's Margaret Day wanted to go the warm route as she comes flying by here in full tights and long sleeve racing jersey. This was the difficult turn we were talking about earlier. Some people made it through. Some people need a few more laps of practice. Over 700 competitors went down the hill. This is Toby Henderson with our point of view Kamikaze GT cam, and each and every one of them seemed to have their own way of getting through that turn the fastest. And this guy, he's been up on the summit a little bit too long. But every one of them's a kamikaze. you don't want to go down alone, always take a friend with you, a BMX side hack. And these guys had a fast time, under 8 minutes. On the long straightaways, you want to get into an aerodynamic tuck where you can actually go faster coasting than you can pedaling your bicycle down the kamikaze course. Going into the turns, you put your foot down for balance, but your brain's going, get on the bike, pedal, pedal, so you can go as fast as you can out of the turns. Wide open sections of the course, you don't even have time to take in the scenery as the course is beating you up all throughout the length of the 4.2 miles of the kamikaze. People are cheering, but you can't even hear them. You're going so fast and thinking about your next move throughout the course. Don't go away. We have more action coming to you from the Kamikaze Downhill at the Swatch World Mountain Bike Championship. Coming down the Kamikaze Hill, you see many different styles, many different techniques. And although skill going through the turns is a major factor, luck also plays a very important role to win the Kamikaze race.
What happened to you?
Only 3 months on a mountain bike.
Flat. Fun stuff.
And we spoke earlier about flats causing havoc on the racers. Joe Sloop, the defending champion, a victim of a flat tire. Also having the flat tire jinx, one of the leading women pro downhillers, Margaret Day of Costa Mesa, California, the winner of the Tour de Rockies downhill stage. She'll have to wait to next year to win her World Championship Kamikaze. And as the riders approach the finish line, one last chance to show off as they cross the final jump and cross the finish line to become a true kamikaze. Jimmy Deaton of Team Raleigh takes the World Championship title. John Tomac narrowly defeating Stu Thompson by 2/100ths of a second for second. Mike Closier was fourth, Rob Megan fifth, and Paul Thomasberg sixth. Tomac's second place in this event gives him the overall world title. In the pro women's results, Cindy Whitehead taking the world title with Sarah Ballantyne second, Cindy Devine third, Martha Kennedy fourth, Carmine Carouche was fifth, and Deborah Shumway rounding out the top pro women for sixth place. And this world champion, John Tomac, what do you feel about this now, man? Pretty good title.
Yeah, it's nice to have, coming in, I thought I would probably win it because I can do all three pretty well. I figured I'd get top 3 or at least top 5 in every event.
Your consistency really paid off. I mean, what was your biggest strength the whole weekend?
It's hard to say. I was pretty even in every event. I was a little disappointed with my third in the cross country. I had a little mechanical problem, but still third's not too bad. And second in the hill climb, I was pretty happy with that. And second in the downhill, I can't complain too much, and I ended up taking the overall.
Which is sweeter? You won a world title as a dual slalom champion or this overall title? Which is better?
Well, the duel was pretty sweet to win the individual world championship, but it's also nice to win something that combines all aspects of mountain biking, which the overall does.
The 1988 world overall champion, John Tomac. Congratulations, Johnny.
Thanks.
A wild conclusion to the Swatch World Mountain Bike Championship here at the Kamikaze Downhill, Mammoth Mountain, California. A perfect place to go downhill, whether in summer or winter, but this summertime downhill, incredible. 700 competitors, 650 survive. A lot took a beating, though.
A treacherous track took its toll on our competitors today. We had a lot of flat tires, derailed chains, bent rims, and a lot of wounded egos. People spent their time on the ground instead of on two wheels.
And a lot of people to thank. A great job by the staff here at Mammoth Mountain, the race department, everybody. Who else, Scott?
Race director Bill Cockcroft, who did a tremendous job with Wally Hoffman, our promoter. And then, of course, the men at the top. The man that founded Mammoth Mountain, Dave McCoy, and his grandson, Davey McCoy. McCoy came out and set up all of our fine tracks here. So all in all, Mammoth Mountain has done a heck of a job for the World Championships.
The World Championships are now history. The Swatch World Mountain Bike Championships here at Mammoth Mountain, California. A great event. Hopefully we'll see you next year. For Scott Breithoff, I'm David Stanfield. So long.